We are going to look at Bitcoin again and another Forex pair, the Great British Pound Australian Dollar. Hang out with me for a few minutes. Hi, this is Tim from TradingStrategyGuides.com. Today we'll be looking at an ascending triangle on Bitcoin and a descending triangle on the Great British Pound Australian Dollar Forex pair. We're going to take a look at those, but first we're going to check out the active trades. Later on, this week's trading maxim. Happy Monday. Hope you guys are ready for a great week. Let's take a look at the active trades. Hoping Tesla is going to break through this prior high of 600-ish as of Saturday afternoon. My stop is 541.21, locking in 54.57. As I mentioned in Friday's video, our gold trade hit the first target right here and then came up here and hit the break-even stop on our second half for a total of 0.33% account gain, since this was a half-size position. Done with gold for right now. Again, as I mentioned on Friday, Chewy Inc. hit our first target right here or right here, then dropped down here and stopped us out on the second half for a 0.33% account gain on this one as well. And I'm done with Chewy for right now. And AMD hit our first target right here, dropped down the very next day and hit our stop on the second half. So we're stopped out break even for an account gain of 0.67% since this was a full-size trade. Done with AMD for now. And just a heads up on the Canadian dollar Japanese yen. On Friday it attacked the range and closed below it. So watch today's close for a possible buy signal. And that's all the active trades for today. Let's take a look at today's trade picks. Today we're looking at an ascending triangle on Bitcoin. An ascending triangle consists of a strong resistance level like this one up here at 19,750 with several historical touches or approaches of the line and a series of higher lows as fewer and fewer traders are thinking about taking this short. Each time the price gets back up to the resistance level, it chips away at sell orders until it finally breaks through. It should break out of the pattern with strong momentum. The ascending triangle is a bullish pattern and I will only take a buy signal on it. And a good consolidation pattern like this should be accompanied by a decline in volume and volatility, like you see right down here. I measure the volatility using the average true range, or ATR, which shows the average length of the last 14 candles. And here's the trade plan. We're going to buy a daily candle close above the triangle or above 19,750. On the breaking candle to enter a full-size position, we want to see the volume bar reach all the way up here to the volume average. If it doesn't quite reach the average but does reach 75% of the average, I'll take a half-size position to reduce risk. You can calculate the percentage by taking this volume number, dividing it by this volume average, and your results should be 0.75 or higher. If you don't get at least 0.75, I suggest you stand aside on the trade. Stop loss is 1.5 times the ATR. First target is 1 times the ATR. So on the day this thing breaks, if it's near closing right here, about 15 minutes or so before closing, set up your buy order, check down here and look at the ATR, multiply that by 1.5, measure that distance behind the entry for your stop loss, measure 1 ATR above your entry for your first target. If after entering the trade you get a close back inside the triangle here, we'll take the loss right then and not wait for it to hit the stop loss. A breakout of the pattern should be explosive and hit our target fairly quickly. If not and the momentum goes away, we want to shut the trade down without taking a full stop if possible. When the price hits our first target, we'll close half the position for profit and set the stop loss to break even on the remainder. We will then follow stops as price moves in our direction until the market takes us out. Typically I do this using 2 positions. The first position has a stop loss and a take profit that closes automatically when the first target is hit, and the second position will only have the stop loss and will be allowed to run. When the first target is hit, move the stop loss to break even on the second position. I will only risk about 2% of my account on each trade. That's today's setup on Bitcoin. And our second trade pick for today, we've got a descending triangle on the Great British Pound Australian dollar. Descending triangle consists of a strong support level like this one here at 179.80 with several historical touches or approaches of the line and a series of lower highs as fewer and fewer traders are thinking about taking this long. Each time the price gets back down to the support level, it chips away at buy orders until it finally breaks through. It should break out of the pattern with strong momentum. The descending triangle is a bearish pattern, and I will only take a sell signal on it. And a good consolidation pattern like this should be accompanied by a decline in volume and volatility like you see right down here. Again, I measure the volatility using the average true range or ATR, showing the average length of the last 14 candles. And here's this trade plan. We're going to sell a daily candle close below the triangle or below 179.80. I'm not going to bore you again with the whole spiel. The management details are always the same. If there's at least average volume, enter a full-size position. If there's only 75% volume, enter a half-size position, otherwise stand aside. The stop loss is 1.5 times the ATR, and the first target is 1 times the ATR. If you get a candle close back in the triangle after you enter the position, close the position and take the loss. Get half off for profit when it hits the first target and move the stop to break even on the remainder. Again, 2% risk on this trade. And that's today's setup on the Great British Pound Australian Dollar Forex currency pair. Okay guys, that's how I manage these trades. You do you, okay? Make sure you understand what you're comfortable with and trade it that way. And to help me with that, I use the trading maxims to keep myself in line. A trading maxim is a general truth, fundamental principle, rule of conduct, or a proverbial saying. You guys know the deal. Use whatever tools help you maintain discipline, because discipline and consistency in everything are paramount. Today, Tim's trading maxim number 16. Just because it's a winning trade doesn't make it a good trade. Just because it's a losing trade doesn't make it a bad trade. Good trades follow your plan. Bad trades do not. I think this maxim speaks for itself. Part of the job of a successful trader is taking losses. A loss doesn't mean you did anything wrong. Trade setups don't guarantee winners. They only represent a statistical edge in the market movement. Sometimes setups lose, and that's okay. If you've got a tested winning strategy, a good trade is when you followed the rules of your strategy, win or lose. Remember our Bitcoin trade plan for today. We're going to buy a daily candle close above the triangle or above 19,750. And our Great British Pound Australian Dollar trade plan for today, we're going to sell a daily candle close below the triangle or below 179.80. For both trades, take a full-size position if you've got average volume or better, half size if you've only got 75% average or better. Your stop loss is 1.5 times the ATR. Your first target is 1 times the ATR. And look in the description box for a link to the trade management video. Don't forget to sign up for my Trading Picks email list to get early notification of these picks. The link is in the description box below. And come back on Wednesday for the next installment of the Trading Education Series. This week, we'll be talking about multiple time frame analysis. Be here Friday for my Strategy of the Week and next Monday for my Trade Pick. Our videos come out at 3 p.m. New York time. Don't hesitate to ask any questions you may have. Remember, the only stupid question is the unasked one. If this video helped you, click the like below, subscribe, and hit the bell if you want to be notified of our videos in the future. Have a great week, and I'll see you Wednesday.